Hey, my wolves and witches. Thanks for joining the Luna Wolf Woods of Wisdom. And today I'm going to be doing a reveal of a new deck I'm really excited to start using for October. It is the Trick or Treat Tarot by Barbara Moore. And this is what the box looks like. So illustrated by Jonathan Hunt and published by Llewellyn. So I don't have enough space to show you the entire box here, but you get the gist of what the box looks like. It's got a beautiful magnetic closure, which I love, and when you open up the box, it's got this beautiful purple design on the inside with two skeletons and some bones, which echoes the theme of the backing of the cards. And I really like how the skeletons are, just barely visible. I mean, you can see it better on camera than you can in real life, but it's kind of like a hazy image. It doesn't jump out at you, so it's kind of got a ghostly feel. So I like that. And then this is what the inside of the box looks like. I like the fact that there's this purple ribbon to make it easy to get everything out of the box. And this design on the inside is one of the cards that we're going to have a look at. And just to show you the book briefly, we will go into that in more depth at the end. But this is the guidebook. So it is a good size guidebook. This is the thickness of it. So we'll get into that at the end. And these are the cards here, so that's what the backing of the cards looks like. It is reversible. I like how colorful it is with the orange and the purple. It's a very unique design. It almost reminds me of a circus-y theme. And they are laminated, so they are a good thickness, good quality, flexible, not too thick, not too thin. And we will turn them over and have a look. All right. So we'll bring that a little bit closer. Okay, so here we have the Fool. And the Magician. So it's very colorful. There's a lot of action and movement. And I like that the High Priestess is not the typical image you would see in a deck. So we've got different ages portrayed here, different body sizes, and you don't often see a High Priestess wearing her glasses, so I like the fact that it's a little bit different here. It's a fresh take on it, and it is very Rider-Waite-Smith with the color of the drapes in the background. And in keeping with the trick-or-treat theme here, we've got some trick-or-treaters going door to door. And Halloween is one of my favorite times of year. I mean, as a kid, I just loved trick-or-treating, and I did it into my teens pretty much the entire time I was a teenager. And had lots of fun as an adult going to all sorts of Halloween costume parties. So it's just a really fun time of year. So it brings back lots of good memories. So I think the artwork here is really well done. It seems to be a very fun deck. Even though there's some darker images portrayed, overall I think the general vibe of this deck is that it's a fun deck that's fun to use. It'll make you smile. You know, even the creepiness doesn't really creep you out that much. There's not a lot of gore in this deck, which I'm happy about. Very nice image there. So I know Jonathan Hunt has illustrated other tarot decks before. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. I think he did a fairy tale tarot deck. Can't recall the exact title, but I know it was a fairy tale theme. So he's obviously a very good artist, and I like how there's pumpkins included here in the cards. You know, we've got some edgier cards that are a little bit sexy, which is nice. This is an adult Halloween deck, so it's not for kids. And I really love this card. So this is the star, and I'm a big fan of ballet and different types of dance, so I really love the fact that a dancer was included in the Halloween deck. That's not something you would really expect to see, so I like it when there's unexpected images in the deck that surprise you. And I think this is the kind of deck that you're going to be able to use not just on Halloween, but many other days throughout the year as well. And there's a lot of detail in these images, so I think the more you use this deck, the more you're going to notice some of the smaller details in the cards that you didn't notice before. So now we're into the wands. Very nice ace. So I find the imagery is, it's got a really nice balance between, you know, being a cartoon style versus being overly realistic. It's got that nice balance between the two, because I tend not to really go for decks that are overly cartoony, but I do like this art. I think it's a perfect balance. So there's a lot of younger themed images I'm noticing from childhood, and of course, you know, most people I think will find this deck brings them back to their childhood, to those happy times, hopefully when they were going door to door trick-or-treating, or, you know, as an adult giving out candy at the door. That's always fun too, to see the kids in their costumes. So, you know, there's a lot of kids in this deck, but there's a lot of teens and adults as well. So there's a good balance. And there's quite a few monsters, as you've noticed. So this one here is really funny. You know, and I think it's great that, you know, we've got this spooky Halloween deck, but it's also capable of making us smile and giggle along the way, you know? It's got a lighthearted side to it, which is nice. In addition to the darker images, this is a really nice darker image. And the King of Wands. So we've got some vampires in the mix. Oh, there's a nice spooky one. Ace of Cups, very nice. You know, it's got a kind of a festive spirit to it, of having good times, having fun. There's a really cute one. You know, even the monsters are cute. Like, they're kind of creepy, but they're cute too. Just gonna adjust this here. put that closer. Okay. So this is the Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, 9. Interesting that there's a mermaid. I wouldn't have expected to see a mermaid in a Halloween deck, and that's fine. You know, I like being surprised. It's not just the typical imagery, and I love that there's an image from The Wizard of Oz, one of my favorite Halloween movies. It's a classic. And Page of Cups, Knight, Queen, and the King. So there's a lot going on in these images. I mean, I can't get over the art. It's just great. Okay, here we've got Ace of Swords, 2, 3, 4 of Swords, 5. Oh, there's an interesting one. Yeah, there's some really imaginative images in here. I like it. And I like that there's fall images. You can see the changing color of the leaves as well. And I do have a couple of other decks by Barbara Moore, which I really enjoy. So I've got the Wizard's Tarot, and I've got the Primordial Tarot, and there may be some more that I can't think of right now. But I do plan on getting more of her tarot decks because I've really enjoyed the Wizard's Tarot. And I'll be doing a video to talk about that a bit more. But I'm looking forward to using this deck and seeing how that goes. So I wanted to do an unboxing, well, a reveal as soon as possible so that I can start using this deck and getting to know it. Oh, I really like this one. There's the Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, oops, and there's the King of Swords. So recognize that from the movie Scream. His mask seems to be very small. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems to me like his mask should be a bit bigger than it is. Can you see that? All right, so now we're into the Pentacles. So we've got Ace of Pentacles. I like that they used a pumpkin for the Pentacles. So if you're new to tarot, I think this deck will be good for you to use. I think it's, you know, pretty tried and true to the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. There's just a little bit of a fresh spin on it, but I think you're going to be able to pick that up very easily. And the suits follow the typical names of the Pentacles, Swords, Cups, and so on. So you're not going to have any problem picking that up. Really nice. Haha. Wow. I didn't expect to see an Elvis in this deck. Interesting. And here we've got Eight of Pentacles. You can recognize the movies that these are taken from. And of course we've got our vampires here. Nine of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles. And what would a deck be without a Frankenstein, right? You gotta have one of those. Page of Pentacles. Looks like a gremlin. And Knight of Pentacles. Okay, here we've got the Queen. And last card, King of Pentacles. Okay, and I'll get into the guidebook. Okay, so the guidebook looks really good. Let's see how many pages we have. 203 pages. It's got a glossy finish. And there's full color. I can't really let you see the entire thing because I'm way too close to the camera. But full color images for each of the cards. It's got a one-page write-up for each of the cards with keywords and reverse meanings. And there's a couple of 2 or 3 paragraphs to describe each of the cards and the meaning. There's a table of contents at the beginning. So in the beginning she discusses, there's an intro with the basics of how to read tarot cards if you're new to that, and how to do a reading, and then it gets into the cards themselves. And so I like the way this book was done. You know, it's really high quality, nice glossy pages. I like the fact that there's full color images so you can really enjoy the art, you know, to the fullest extent and notice all the details in the card. And then at the back of the book here, they've got some spreads. And I like the fact that the spreads are based on the theme of the deck. So there's the trick-or-treat spread, the haunted house spread, messages from the other side spread, gathering the harvest spread, and then there's some basic spreads as well, and a horseshoe spread. So there's a lot of spreads that are included, and she goes into detail about the Celtic cross spread. And so I like the fact that a lot of these spreads are not just 1, 2, 3 cards. They're, you know, bigger spreads of 4, 5, 6 cards. And then she does have the more basic ones as well, like a 3-card spread, where you can do different types of 3-card spreads with that. So I think you can get a lot of use out of this deck, and I'm really looking forward to using it. So let me know what you think about this. In the afterword, there's a section as well by Mickey Mueller, who has also done some good tarot decks. I have some of hers as well. So if any of you out there have this, let me know what you think of it and how you use it. And those of you who are new, please do hit subscribe and stay tuned for many more videos to come. Take care.